Hello and thanks for joining us, 2K Sports fans, for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. It's getting noisy here in Oklahoma City. We're at the peak, the Chesapeake Energy Arena, home of the Thunder. A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Parker in at the point guard position. Leonard the pass to Parker. 6 on the shot clock. Leonard attacking. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Leonard, that's for 2. That one off the back iron and out. San Antonio on defense. And Roberson kicks to Adams. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge. Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
Guys, for the Thunder, that playoff miss was the first time they didn't make the postseason since their first year in Oklahoma. Fans had really been spoiled with how successful the Thunder have been of late.
Now here's Leonard following the miss by Tony Parker. Leonard. And it's Durant with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it. And the Western playoffs just, it seemed a bit amiss without having the Thunder involved. Westbrook, I tell you what, he did everything he could to try and carry that injured group into the postseason last year, but it just wasn't to be. They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Ibaka outside. Leonard with the steal. Inside. Got a piece of it.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Plenty of space. Adams. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Duncan kicks to Leonard. Shoots from the baseline. Again, Leonard missing.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And Roberson kicks to Adams. That's good. Adams has got 5.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Ibaka, and he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Leonard with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Fires from deep. Another miss by Leonard.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Durant dishes to Westbrook. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. That's good. Roberson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has later on.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
You know what? They just are in a funk right now offensively. A good time to maybe come up with a play to get them a good look.
Well, most coaches, usually have a go-to speech or tactic that they can use when they need it most. So we'll see if that's the case here.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Cantor checked in for Steven Adams. Dion Waiters comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Foy in for Roberson. Nice shot by Foy.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Now here's West. Puts the move on. And the layup is good.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
There's a good screen. Here's Foy. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And the Spurs, being the defending champions out west heading into last year, but they would end up 6th in the conference with a record of 55-27, had a record of 32-20 against the rest of the West.
And then Durant with the dunk.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Martin kicks to Mills, and he gets it to go.
That was a nice finish to an excellent possession.
Here's Westbrook. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Thunder lead by 8. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Thunder.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Spurs trail by 8. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So the Thunder 5 right now. Inside, you've got Ibaka and Cantor. Foyle is out there with Dion Waiters. And it's Singler in at the small forward position.